That's no moon. That's Starbucks, with branches all over the charted galaxies, from Sol to Dawkins to Microsoft and back. We can assure you that should you ever need to stop during a long journey, maybe after traveling light years, we are never too far away. Starbucks, aiming to have a branch on every charted moon by the year 2114.
Tired of entering a conversation, but having nothing to say? Tired of feeling your vocal cords seize up whenever somebody asks you a question? Always felt that you talk louder on a screen than with your voice? Well, there is a remedy. On Twitter Moon, in Sector 5 of the Dawkins Galaxy. You'll never need to talk again, with our keyboard cafes ensuring that you...
And despite the escape, the staff of Alpha Galactica Correctional Institute have assured that a team is already on the fugitive's trail, and should have her recaptured before the day is out.
For those of you who have just joined us on the Earth Channel, Seoul News, 21st of January 2112 AD, here is our top story again.
It has now been confirmed that the explosion on the hull of prison complex Red Sector A was the work of a suspected pirate armada. While it is as yet unknown if the facility has been breached or what the intentions of its invaders may be, Solar Federation representatives on the Seoul Fleet's primary flagship, Good Ship Ra, have encouraged the public not to worry. A press release from the governor of Seoul, Tyler, Utah, states that the public forgets that Red Sector A is the largest ship ever created by humanity, and a breach of its hull is utterly impossible. Moreover, the gyroscope surrounding it can break a full-size gunship in half, so imagine how a ragtag group of pirates would fare against it. While the battle outside the facility is said to be raging as a fleet of Solar Federation gunships aid in defense, we are safe in the knowledge that Red Sector A will not go down without a fight. We will keep you updated at the smallest change. In other news...
Yes, Mum, I told you, everything's fine. Well, I can't exactly do much wrong if I just stay in the house like you say, can I? Yeah, okay. Right. Yes, I know. Don't go too far from the mansion. We have every possible type of alarm. What kind of thief would try and steal from us? The only thing we don't have is a man trap under the welcome mat, because we've got pretty much everything else. Yeah, I know. Yeah, now remind me again, which flowers need watering? Chrysanthemums, right, and yes, use the right plant growth formula because these are vintage plants and they might wither if I get it wrong. Yes, Mum, I know. It's not as if you've ever let me forget it. What? How was I being cheeky? In what way was I cheeky? I was just saying... Okay, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Stay out of trouble. Don't worry. It's definitely a guarantee.
No! No! This isn't good. This is not good. This is problematic. This is... No, don't do that! What are you doing? That was not what that button does. This doesn't help anything. Now, escape pod, for the love of God, stop being upside down! I mean it! Stop it now, or I'll have to resort to desperate... Ah! No, you're not supposed to do that, you stupid metal death trap! Are you trying to kill me or something? I've done nothing to you. Stop being so spiteful! You're working counter my intentions here. They'll be able to track my vapor trails now with the boosters firing, and it'll be your fault, not mine, you hear? I'm not responsible if we crash. Oh, would you just turn back over, for God's sake? I'm going to be sick!
Yeah, it's a quiet night. Barely any ships in the sky. No, I haven't heard anything about pirates in Seoul. We'll have to go through both Microsoft and Dawkins to get to us, remember? We'd hear from them long before we heard anything from the Soul Boarders. Yes, of course I remember the code for the panic room door. I probably won't even need it. Yeah. Yeah, I love you too. Bye. Bye. Stay out of trouble. Should be easy. Whoa! What the hell was that? Oh, God, what is that? Oh, God!
Well, that was an adventure.
ENO Episode 1 The Road to Adventure by Rowan Cannon.
You've gone and done! Did you really have to crash? I mean, really? Was it really necessary? It's not fair! You've tripped me up every step of the way. Just once, I thought I was away, but no. You just had to cock it all up, didn't you? You just couldn't take pity on the 14-year-old convict who knew exactly how to drive you, but you still insisted on screwing over. Well, whatever fruitful and happy relationship between us was going to come of this is over. I'm going to tell everyone about you and you'll never escape another ship again. Okay. What to do? What do I do? Think. There. Is that? A mansion! It's going to have a panic room. Perfect! Fantastic! Yes! Oh, you are brilliant. You have crashed me next to a mansion. You genius!
What the hell is this?
Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Ah, wait a minute. You're a girl.
Well spotted. Was it the stunning good looks that gave me away? Now, if you'll excuse me.
What have you... Oh my garden!
Never mind your garden. What about my getaway? That's the real issue here.
Oh God! What have you done?
What have I done?
You crashed an escape pod into my garden!
Again, well observed. Can I go now?
How did you... You crashed...
Oh, typical. Blame it on the nearest human. It wasn't me. If you're going to blame anything, blame that escape pod. It started it. Now, I really have
Oh, God, you crushed the chrysanthemums. They cost my parents a fortune. 20th century Earth relics. Do you know how rare they are? How pissed my parents will be when they find this thing crashed here?
Well, I imagine they'd be a bit peeved, but...
A bit peeved?
Look, do you mind? But can we carry on this argument a bit later? Only I need to use your panic room. Thanks!
Who the hell are you?
No, sorry, I almost forgot. Ah, got it. Lots of valuables in here I can't leave behind.
Wait! You need to explain to me...
No time, panic room if you need me.
No, wait! You can't go into my house! You have to...
No, you're right. I can't just go in, getting ahead of myself.
Good. Now can you please explain?
You're coming with me.
Ow! Ow! What are you...
You'll give my position away. Like you say, crash, escape pod, your garden. Not the best first impression, I'm aware, so you'll give me away. And I'm in a real situation here, so I can't afford that. And come to think of it, I need the code to get in the panic room, which I'm guessing you have memorised. So...
No! Wait, just wait a minute. You've got some explaining to do. My parents are going to be back in a couple of weeks. That grass you've crushed isn't going to grow back, you know. Do you know what you've done? The trouble you've put me in.
The trouble you're in. Didn't you hear anything I just said? I don't think you've quite grasped the seriousness of this situation here.
No, I don't know how serious this is, and I don't want to know. You crashed an escape pod into my garden, and now I have to explain that to my parents. If it was just a meteor falling out the sky, it'd be fine, but this... I'll never be allowed outside again.
Shut up! I have just escaped from a starship taking me to the biggest correctional institute in the Sol Galaxy. After I escaped the biggest in Microsoft Galaxy, and before that, the biggest in Dawkins Galaxy. The staff thought I couldn't escape from this one, but as you can no doubt tell, I've just proven them wrong. But thanks to my defective escape pod, they can follow me and catch up to me. The staff are hunting me, and they won't stop hunting me. They're like 20th century bloodhounds. Once they find a trail, they won't be torn away, not even when the leash is pulled back. And I'm a frequent escapee, so they really want to find me. And they're well equipped. They have guns that can vaporize you in the space of a blink. And if they only want to sedate you, they use... Look, I don't want to go back. There's nothing for me back in the institutes. I have bigger plans for my life. Starting tonight, as it happens. So you're going to come with me to your panic room and let me out when this is all blown over. And after that, you'll never see or hear from me ever again. Right?
Right.
Thank you. Now come on, we don't have much time.
Wrong. You don't have any time.
What do you mean?
Look.
Oh, just brilliant! We have to run!
Hey! She's over here! Down this way!
No! What are you doing? You can't do a Judas on me just like that!
Down here!
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Come on, for God's sake!
Check the escape pod. If unattended, regroup on me and scan every inch of the house. A house like this will have a panic room that is immune to scanning, so we may have to blow that open.
Escape pod clear. No sign of anyone in the garden, sir.
Then regroup and enter the house. I want her found.
Come on! Almost there! This is actually kind of exciting, isn't it? Lying low in a big house with all the powers of the law bearing down on you like a great big rain cloud. What could be more fun?
Would you just let go?
Don't start this again.
No, I don't care you've escaped. I don't want to be part of this.
Ha! You don't have a choice, mate.
Why do I have to be the one who bails you out?
Fate? Bad timing? Does it matter? Just come on.
You know, they're going to be tearing the house apart looking for you. Everything's going to be messed up by the time they're gone. I'm going to have to explain myself to my parents.
Panic room! Here we are.
This has to be a dream. This can't be happening, not to me.
Right. What's the code?
What?
You know, the code? The code that opens the door? The code that you should know? This being your panic room, after all. Well...
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
No.
You're joking, right?
No, I'd have already typed it in if I knew.
How can you not know?
I've not had to use it until now. I've never had a fugitive crash into my garden to hide before.
Oh, for God's sake.
Check every room. Keep in radio contact if you find her. Prepare needles for sedation.
Oh, God. We really have to get a move on.
Whoa, you don't look right. You just lost all your colour.
Never mind that. Just open the door.
How?
Just do it. I'm not getting sedated. I'm not getting one of those things stuck in me.
Are you scared of needles?
Will you just open the bloody door?
I don't remember the code.
Well, try. Oh, never mind. Oh, well, that was easier than I was expecting.
How did you do that?
I didn't do anything. You must have forgotten to lock it.
Oh. Oops.
You know, if I ever escape again, you'll be the first person I come to hide, seeing as how you're so on the ball in emergencies.
Move on to the lower floors.
Quick, inside! There. Safe and sound.
Oh, God. Look at the footage from outside. They're tearing the place apart.
Nothing you can't clear up afterwards.
My parents will never forgive me for this.
Sure they will.
This is all your fault. You know that.
Yes. Now, can you stop whining and lighten up a bit? Why aren't you finding this fun? It's such an adventure. Such a rush.
Not when heavily armed commandos are closing you in. I mean, look at the equipment some of them have. That's far too much for just one girl.
Ha! You underestimate me.
Yeah, I'm discovering that. Lasers, tasers, stun guns. Is that a bazooka?
You're kidding! There's no way. Wow. They really do have a bazooka. That's just overdoing it, even by their usual standards.
Why would they even have a bazooka?
No idea. They must really hate me if they're kitting themselves out like that.
Jesus, would you look at the size of that needle? That must be...
Actually, no, I'd prefer not to look at the size of that needle if that's all the same to you.
You really are scared of needles, aren't you?
Yes, your third good observation of the evening. Well done.
If you're so scared of needles...
Can you not? Yes, I have issues with needles. Now can we just leave it at that?
Right. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
It's fine. Just don't mention them again and everything will be just peachy.
Fine. Sorry. Again.
No worries. Listen, thanks for all this. I can see the whole experience has rather bedazzled you, so it can't have been easy.
It's okay. Do it for anyone. Especially a fugitive on the run from the law.
Either way, thanks.
You're welcome.
What's your name, by the way?
David. You?
Alice. The pleasure's all mine.
Hey, check the screens. They've all gone.
This is the commander of Epsilon Retrieval Squad 3, Alpha Galactical Correctional Institute. Over.
Don't move. Don't say anything.
Why not? Won't they suspect something if we stay quiet?
They'll just get bored and go away. It'll be fine.
Is there anyone in there?
No offence, but the crash site is right next to this house. I don't think they're going anywhere.
There is a fugitive on the run in this area, and given that the crash site of her escape pod is right next to this house...
Told you.
We have reason to believe that she has hidden herself inside. Is there anybody inside this panic bunker? Please respond.
I don't think they're going to buy it.
You worry too much.
No response. Ready the bazooka. We're blowing the door open.
Although, on this occasion, it's warranted.
They're going to blow the door down?
You might want to stand back.
No, I'm putting a stop to this.
No! What are you doing? Don't say anything.
If they blow the door down, they're going to find you regardless. Might as well give you back without causing any damage.
You can't. I can't go back. You can't just let them stick a needle in me. Not the needles. Don't just let them do that to me. It's not fair. It's not right.
Prepare to fire. 5, 4...
Please.
3, 2...
Oh, damn it! Don't fire, there's someone in here.
Hold fire! Come in. Who is this?
My name's David. I live here. This is my house.
Why didn't you respond immediately when we arrived?
I wasn't sure who it was.
The first thing we did when finding the panic room was to tell you who we are and what we are doing. How could you remain unsure after that?
I'm not sure.
Oh God, I'm dead.
You expect us to buy this?
Look, if you really want to know, I was scared. I've never had anything crash into my garden before, and it frightened me. I came down here and barricaded myself in case it was pirates or something. I didn't respond immediately because I wasn't sure I could trust you, and I'm sorry for that.
Understood. So you've been in here this whole time?
Yes.
So you didn't see anyone exit the escape pod?
No. Well, actually, I did see someone running towards the fields north of here on the security camera feed. You could try going that way.
Towards the fields? Gotcha. Thanks for your assistance. Although, if we can't find her, we will be back here to ask you more questions. Understood?
Fine by me.
Good. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Team, back to the ship. We're heading for the fields.
Well, I never! Nicely done, sir. Even I have trouble coming up with a convincing lie that quickly.
Don't expect me to do it again anytime soon. My nerves are shot to bits.
Oh, didn't you enjoy that?
I've had better nights.
Not even a little?
Not really.
Okay, well, no offence, but you do strike me as being the stay-at-home type who's never been outside his home galaxy. The kind of person who finds Planet Gibson exciting. That sort of thing. I'm guessing this was your first ever big conflict with anyone, right?
No, actually, there was this one time.
Oh, come on, really?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Thought as much. Well, David, after tonight's little escapade, I think you can consider these your first steps on the road to adventure.
Second steps.
Whatever.
So, I suppose this is goodbye.
What? Oh, I'm not going.
What?
After all that excitement, every synapse in my brain is tired out. I need a chance to rest, get my bearings straight.
But they said they'd be back.
Yeah, but you led them to the fields. They go on for miles. Lots of little crevices I could have hidden. It'll take them hours to search through that, don't worry. I'll be gone in half an hour at most. Besides, don't you want to know how I got here in the first place? Doesn't it interest you, even a teensy bit? A gorgeous, flame-haired siren like me just dropping out of the sky?
Okay, I'll hear you out.
Good man. So until then, got any food in the house?
Well, a bit.
Got any fish?
Fish?
The boy was lying. He was hiding her.
Orders, sir?
None. We've been called back to base to reprimand the idiots that let her escape in the first place.
So we can't go back to get them?
Irritatingly, no. But I know some people who can.
Everything all right?
Oh, God, yes. This kind of kitchen would make a king jealous. So much grandeur and style. It's like walking into one of my nicer dreams. Even smells the same.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what is that smell?
Don't you like it?
No, it's not that. It's just very strong. It almost hurts.
Then I'm cooking it just right. And no, it doesn't hurt. It just tingles a bit. But with some of the guff I found in your cupboards, no surprise that your nostrils haven't got used to it.
What is it anyway?
This, my friend, is how you cook proper gourmet fish. I learnt this style on this tiny moon I once escaped to in the Microsoft Galaxy. A couple of years ago, when I was 12, a place called Vigil. Minuscule water moon, only one island with one tribe. They taught me everything I know about fishing and how to prepare it. Oh, the taste of their fish was just heavenly beyond belief. Honestly, that one little moon is my favourite place in all the galaxies. I'd love to go back sometime.
So, was that your first escape attempt?
The first one that actually worked, anyway. Stayed on the rung longer than I ever have, to date.
Any reason for escaping?
Simple. The galaxies are huge, beautiful places, and I want to see every last bit of them. Correctional life is just too dull. too constrained.
How did you escape all those other times?
The usual. Jumped a few fences, sneaked out under cover of night, even hid inside a free post parcel once. Couldn't stretch my back out for weeks after that.
This time must have been more serious, though. You crashed a bloody great escape pod into my garden at high speed, which, by the way, I haven't forgotten about. And now people are hunting you with bazookas. That sounds to me like this escape was somehow more urgent, more special. What was your reasoning behind that? How did you manage to hijack an escape pod?
Well...
So your file tells me that you broke out of Beta Apollo Correctional Institute a week ago. That's the biggest in the Dawkins galaxy, Missy.
Please, call me Alice. And yes, I'm proud of that. A bit of an achievement, isn't it?
Alice? It's listed here that you don't have an official registered name.
Again, Alice, please. I like the name. It has a ring to it.
Right. Well, you know where you're headed now. Alpha Galactica, the biggest correctional facility in Seoul.
Perfect.
Don't get your hopes up. Nobody's ever escaped. Not on my watch. And we expect discipline from you. You hear?
Detached and subdivided in the mass production zone. Nowhere is the dreamer for the misfit so alone.
Do you hear?
No!
Discipline. Don't forget it.
Already forgotten.
One more remark like that out of you, and there'll be trouble.
The terror is writ large in my eyes.
I'm warning you.
All right. I'll be quiet.
Preparing to exit hyperspace. Please fasten seatbelts. Welcome to the Seoul Galaxy. ETA to your destination. 1 minute.
Brilliant! Does this mean we're going to see Uranus?
You did what?
I know! I was quite pleased with how it turned out.
You made a Uriah joke?
No, I made a Uranus joke.
Were you out of your mind? Haven't you heard the stories of what happens to people who make those jokes?
It was actually carefully... Wait, there are stories? Oh, I'm intrigued now.
You know, people going mad in prison after being constantly taunted with Uranus. I mean...
Oh no, don't apologise for that. That was gold. Constantly taunted with Uranus. Brilliant. Oh, I have to remember that one. Stories?
Well, I've heard that if the Star Riders hear of anyone in their regiment making a Uriah joke, they ambush them in the showers after training and towel whip them until they pass out.
Now that's just silly.
So what happened after you made the joke?
Oh, so you're interested now?
Kind of.
Of course you are. Well, probing Uranus was all a part of the plan.
Oh.
Don't flinch. It's just a harmless gag. But yes, the joke was part of my greater plan to infuriate the guard enough for him to take a swing at me, so I could duck under his arm and make a run for the escape pod bay. I needed to escape to Earth specifically, tonight, which is why I'll be out of your hair soon.
Why?
When I was at this facility on Planet Inera a couple of weeks ago, this DJ came to supervise a fundraiser our correctional commander was holding. When the DJ made his speech, he started going on about his previous drug problems. I lost interest, but then he mentioned this thing that saved him. This being that supposedly created the universe. ENO.
Never heard of him.
Neither had I, but it was a unique word I'd never heard before, and it made me prick up my ears. But by then, he'd finished his speech and was playing the garbage that constitutes music these days. Even so, I was curious to learn more about this ENO and hear a bit more of what the DJ had to say. He left the institute before I could accost him, so after a bit of searching, I managed to find out that he was touring and where his next few dates were. The best date was tonight. Planet Earth, Blue Moon Junior Nightclub, England. And with a bit of planning and getting framed for escaping, meaning I'd get transferred to an institute in Seoul, then hijacking the pod from the correctional ship mid-flight, here I am. If the pod hadn't tried to kill me multiple times, it would have been a completely clean getaway.
Wow, that's quite the story.
It certainly is.
Well, The Blue Moon is almost literally right next door. We're only about a mile away on foot, so...
Really?
So if you really wanted, I could take you there.
Oh, would you kindly? That'd be such a help.
No worries. Although after that, you'd be on your own. I wouldn't see you again after this, right?
Right.
Still got to think of an excuse for that skateboard in my garden. So don't think I've forgiven you for that.
I didn't expect you to.
But even so, I'm not going to turn you in.
Thank you. Oh, and thank you for letting me use your kitchen.
Whoa. What is that? Alice, there's another ship here.
What? What does it look like?
Not like the last one. Much older and more rusty. Looks a bit like... bounty hunters. Alice?
Oh, I don't believe this. If that's the goddamn Mitchell brothers again.
Alice, why are bounty hunters my third visitors tonight?
Your house must have been bugged. The correctional goons have been listening to everything we said, and now they've sent bounty hunters to finish the job.
Oh, great! So what do we do now?
There's only one thing we can do.
Which is? No way! I'm not running anywhere with you.
You really don't have a choice this time. They'll know you're hiding me, so chances are you'll be taken back to the Institute as well. And they'll have heard you making Uranus jokes with me, so that won't even be the worst thing they do to us.
Oh, God, oh.
Sorry, Dave. Looks like if we're going down, we're going down together. One way or another.
I really hate you. You know that?
The thought had occurred to me.
So where do we run?
Where do you think? I have a date with Destiny.
The junior nightclub? Are you mad? Isn't that too conspicuous?
No, it's perfect. We can hide in the crowds, and bounty hunters hate and are hated by crowds for being lawless scavenger types. They prefer ambush and capturing individuals when they're alone, much like we are now. So, if we could hurry... Do you have transport?
I've got a speeder in the basement. Goes underground to the nearest depot.
Perfect.
Well, at least I'm getting out of the house.
You can hide, but you can't run from us, Alice.
Did we lose them?
We lost them a mile back. Stop worrying.
I can't stop worrying. They're probably waiting back at the house for me.
Yeah, sorry about that. But look on the bright side.
I never thought there'd be a bright side to this.
We're just in time for the DJ's arrival. Only a couple of minutes to spare.
That's your main concern. Not the bounty hunters on your tail. They don't worry you.
I came to Earth precisely to see the DJ's speech, so yes, it is my main concern. If I don't manage to see him, my entire trip has been pointless. And besides, bounty hunters won't be allowed in here. And I'm not a big enough priority for them to stoop to killing the bouncers.
You do know that none of this is reassuring me, right?
Sorry, but it wasn't meant to. Ah! There he is!
I hope he proves to be worth it for you.
Oh, ye of little faith, just watch and see.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Good evening. How are we all doing? Excellent to hear indeed. Oh man, been such a long time since I last DJ'd here. My hometown, don't you know?
It isn't. He said that about Inera too. So far, this speech is verbatim to the one I heard there.
I see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. Recognize me, guys? Good. Great stuff, because I recognize all of you. Great people. Truly good and wonderful people. All of you. But I've got to tell you, I'm not here just to play music.
If only.
Good people you are, but I have to tell you, you could be better. And I'm not saying that just to be controversial, believe me. I really mean it. Because, well, You want to know why I left for so long?
The Portaloo door wouldn't open.
I used to DJ here every day. Had the time of my life doing it as well. Had no reason to leave. But the reason I left is because I was enjoying myself a little too much. Drugs, hedonism and harems, the perceived 3 most important things in a DJ's life. I don't know a single DJ who hasn't flatlined on at least one type of drug throughout his life. And take it from someone who knows. It's not pleasant. It can ruin you instantly, in seconds. I was in and out of rehab like pirates in and out of war. And I probably would have carried on down that road if it wasn't for one thing. One huge, extraordinary thing that changed my life forever.
Here it comes.
ENO, the creator of all life who changed mine. I have seen his power with my own eyes, experienced his wonders and his humility. He made me a better man. He has made everyone around me better people. He has stood me on the shoulders of giants, shown me wonders that even the charted galaxies can't contain. And he can do the same to you, too. ENO is out there. He is watching you, and if you have any sense, you'll want to find him, just like I did. He can be found at Star Quadrant 2867594, Sol Galaxy. Believe me, if you had any sense, you'd stop listening to me right now, and you'd be on a ship on your way to that quadrant. Don't let me stop you anymore. Thank you.
Well, he knows how to work a crowd, I'll give him that. Still, even though you've landed me with having to explain to my parents and bounty hunters about hiding you and what the bloody great escape pod in my garden is doing there, I hope that was what you were looking for. Alice?
Star Quadrant 2867594. He didn't mention that last time. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, hope it is for you.
David,
Yeah?
a path through the stars has just been paved for us. Very seriously, do you want to come and find ENO with me?
What?
Just imagine. No parents, no bounty hunters, no restrictions of any kind. The quest to end all quests. An adventure across the universe. Come on, David. Who wouldn't be tempted by that?
ENO, Episode 1, The Road to Adventure, was written by Rowan Cannon. It starred Joanna Nastari as Alice, Matt Dennis as David, and Josh Walker as the DJ, and featured the voices of James Docherty, Rowan Cannon, John Hermitage, Michael O'Neill, and Greg Smith. Music was composed and performed by Konrad Solinsky. Script editor, Gemma West. ENO was created by Rowan Cannon and produced and directed by Alai, Naseer and Matt Dennis for Loose Cannon Productions.